What's up, everybody? Captain Gage here reporting to you from the studio, and I am super excited. We are just 68 days away from opening day for striped bass fishing here on Long Island, kicking off April 15th, and we can't wait. I don't care if the groundhog saw his shadow or not. You could bet your bottom dollar that on April 15th, me and Corey are going to be out there on some bass. So if you want to be the first person to hold up a picture of a striped bass in April, let us know. Be happy to get you out there. February is when we start to run our fishing charter specials. So you can check out the website at sandcitycharter.com. You can also follow the countdown until April 15th. That's on our homepage. But I got some more great news, guys. Bay Rats and Buoys, the podcast, has secured a spot at this year's 12th annual Ward Melville High School Fishing Club Expo and Fundraiser going down on March 1st at the Ward Melville High School. Doors open at 8:30 a.m. and the raffles start at 3 p.m. If you want more details about that fishing show, you can head on over to wardmelvillefishingclub.com/2025 Expo. Check that out if you want some more details on that. I love going to that show every year, guys. It's a very consistent fishing show. I know where all the vendors are going to be. They're in the same spot every year, which is what I love about it. I'm super excited that Bay Rats and Buoys is going to be podcasting live in the gymnasium. That's going to be a ton of fun. And so when I get in there, I love that I walk down the hallway and the first person I'm going to run into is going to be Tom Schlichter. He's going to have a booth. He's going to be in the hallway at H82. And as I make my way to either the cafeteria or to the gymnasium, on my way, I'm going to pass Captain Pete from Setauket, Port Jefferson. So if you guys have a boat and you don't have a Setauket membership, you're going to want to stop over there at H74 and say what's up to Captain Pete and his crew from Setauket, Port Jefferson. I love going over and see those guys and talk to them every year. And I just keep going straight on into the gymnasium, and I love it that Mike from Deckett is going to be off to the right. His booth number is number 158. We got the Nautical School. You can stop by and see Captain Mike over there or whoever he has working the booth at the Ward Melville High School show. They'll be in booth 169. We just put up a podcast with Captain Mike. It got over 8,000 views on Facebook and a couple of thousand views on YouTube. So combined, it got over 10,000 views on social media right now. And that's only going to grow as we move into the summertime and more people looking on the internet to answer some of the questions they have about obtaining a captain's license. So I recommend Nautical School. Go check out Captain Mike and Amanda. You're going to want to contact those guys. And on the right-hand side, I said I always stop and I see Mike from Deckett. He's in booth 158 in the gymnasium. So if you're looking to add some extra stuff to your boat this year, stop on by Mike and see him at Deckett Tri-State. He'll be at number 158 on the right side as you enter the gym. I always got to go over and see my boy Captain Dave over at North Island Fly. He'll be in booth 147. He'll have some amazing flies tied on his table for sale. You want to check those out. He also does an amazing charter a little further east of me, so if you want to charter with him, there's nobody more I see on the water than Captain Dave and Captain Stu. And Captain Stu will be there from Northport Charters. He'll have two booths in the gymnasium. He always has 163 and 164. So there you have it, guys. Those are my favorite people to stop and visit in the show. I'm always happy to shout them out. And then speaking of shouting out, I got to give a big shout out and a thank you to Nick Volpe at Volpe Marine, because he's the reason I have buoys in my booth. He's unbelievable. He dropped off red, green, and a white buoy to my house so that I could use them at the boat show at the Javits Center just a couple weeks back, and I got to say, he's got an amazing service. I used to see him every morning leaving the dock. We left off the same dock. And if you guys are in the Northport Bay or the Northport Harbor, Huntington Bay or Huntington Harbor area, there is nobody better for mooring service or dock service. So you're going to want to head over to VolpeMarine.com and check him out. I'll leave a link to that in the description on my YouTube channel. So make sure you stop on by if you guys are in the mooring or dock service needs in the Northport or Huntington area. Check him out. Love you, Nick. Thanks for everything. Now, we're still putting up videos every day from the New York Boat Show. In fact, I think I just made one go from private to public on the YouTube channel with Sean from Everglades and WorldCat. So, guys, we had some amazing interviews, and I don't need to tell you all of them. You guys can go check it out on the YouTube channel. They're all getting a couple thousand views, so they're starting to ramp up and get their things going as far as the views are concerned. Speaking of views, I've been posting a bunch of YouTube shorts, and one of the videos just got 627,000 views, I think, the last I looked at it. So if you want to learn how to throw a cast net, the comments in those videos are always fantastic. And like I said, I'm an armadillo. I don't care what you write, guys. I put these videos up so people can enjoy them. Some of them are funny, some of them are serious, and some of the tutorials, I mean, that's just how we make it. It's social media, and that's what we do. So big shout out to all the Facebook admins. Love you guys for helping us share Bay Rats and Buoys, the podcast, every week. And we're going to share a video tomorrow. So we're going to put this video up today so everybody can find out about the Ward Melville show and where to go and what's going on. And we're going to put up a podcast tomorrow on Facebook in all the groups from the New York Boat Show, that if you have a boat, I guarantee you need to watch this video. You are going to want to watch this video for one of the hottest products that I came across in all the years that I've been going to the boat show. This is one worthy of me bragging about to you, and you'll see it in tomorrow's video, so check that out, guys. Super excited to pass that on to you. And again, we're super excited. Bay Rats and Buoys secured a spot in the gym at the Ward Melville High School Fishing Show, and that's just going to be a great time. So I know so many people at that show. We're going to see if we can get them on the podcast. And everybody's going to be busy, and I get it. So they might not have time to jump on the podcast there. But we'll secure some times with them to come into the studio. And again, we have more great news every month. I am going to be releasing great news. We have big things happening, and I'm super excited to share it with you guys. Again, I'm bursting at the seams. There's always something big happening. And I guess that's, the residue of design here, because we're putting a lot of hard work into it and getting all these videos out to everybody, and especially all the interviews. I mean, some of them are really good. I mean, I love interviewing the guys in the boating world and the fishing world. So I got to say, some of the interviews went better than expected, and right now, one of my favorites I'm going to stick with, is Captain Mike from Captain School, because that was just epic how he's educating you guys on the process. And I was a client of his recently to upgrade and renew, so we really had a lot to talk about of the whole process, and I was basically a student telling you how everything worked. And now that when I watched that episode, I look back and I say, wow, we actually did a really good job. Mike was awesome on the mic, and Mike was awesome on the mic, see? You never know what funny things you're going to say on a podcast. And that's what's great about a podcast. You can drink your soda. You can do whatever you want. I just spent the last 2 days producing radio shows that all had to be out. Sports Talk Radio that had to be out. Today was a Sunday show that went out for the Super Bowl. And because it's a podcast, I'm allowed to say that. But they're not allowed to say that name on the big game. They have to say the big game. They're not even allowed to talk about the Super Bowl on radio. So, it's a trademark. Anyway. Anybody that needs any radio shows or podcasts produced, get in touch with me, because we do have some big things happening that I'll be happy to talk to you about in private. And, again, you could always come to the studio here and get it done. Piece of cake. Right now I have my Bay Rats and Buoys backdrop set up, but we could give you a good studio setting if you're looking to produce anything. Can't wait to get Joey Leggio on. We had a good conversation with Mike Caruso, the owner of the magazine, the Fisherman Magazine. They'll be there. I think they're at booth 47. If I'm not mistaken. And we had Matt Broderick on the podcast at the New York Boat Show. That's another great episode you want to tune into and check that out. That got a couple thousand views on Facebook. So again, we're in all the groups, so people are seeing the stuff that we're putting out there. I love the comments. We give away free stickers. In fact, at the boat show, I didn't have any stickers on the table. And guys would walk up to me and say, hey, listen, I listened to the show. You wouldn't happen to have any of those stickers here, would you? And I was like, I absolutely do. And it was great to meet guys that are listening to the show, like Dave from Riverdale. he was awesome. You know, he told me he loves the energy of the show, that he loves listening to Bait Rats and Buoys, and he's going to come join us. He wants to come striped bass fishing in April, so it's going to book fast. And February is usually when we do our specials. We're going to start running charter specials right now up until March, because once this show hits at the Ward Melville show, it's going to start to get super busy. That's when everybody starts booking April and May. So all the charters going to be there, guys. You got so many charter companies that are going to be there. But Bait Rats and Buoys is going to do something really cool this year. So you're going to want to stop by booth number 35 and say what's up to us, and definitely scan our QR code, because we're going to have a contest in the booth for everybody that stops by. So I'm not going to tell you about it yet and what we're going to do, but I'm just giving you a little trailer to it so you have an idea that we're going to do something fun at the Ward Melville High School Fishing Show, Expo, and Fundraiser. So I'm super excited, guys. You can tell. Anyway, I can't believe it's 68 days until opening day. Now we're down into the 6s. So in a week from now, we're going to start to get down into the 5s. And when it's 50 days and then it's 40 days, before you know it, I'm uncovering the boat. And I had a couple of long conversations, 5 days at the Javits Center for the boat show. A lot of my friends were working there, like Keith, one of the master mechanics for Yamaha, and we had a lot of long talks, so we had some real good stuff going on. Found out what's going on with the new Yamaha engines that are coming out and all the good stuff. I love getting filled in on a lot of details through a lot of these companies, and that's what's great about being friends with a lot of people. Like the guys I just shouted out on for the Ward Melville High School. Those are all my buddies. I'm giving you a shout out. I'm just talking about you. I love stopping by your booth. I come there as a guest every year to walk around and buy stuff. And, we take our time in the cafeteria. I'm going to stop and talk to Adam at the Tuna Cartel. In the cafeteria, I believe we also have my buddy Tony Monkfish. He'll be there. So I love stopping and talking to all my buddies and going over everything. But what's more fun now is I get to invite you guys onto the podcast, and we can come have fun. We can have fun in the studio in a very private setting. In 2 months, 3 months, we're going to be on the boat, so you can come down to the harbor and come down to my marina, sit on the boat, and we'll do the podcast from the boat. And we got some real cool guests going to be on the show. And as soon as I get confirmation, I will actually say who it is, because we got some really cool things happening because of the New York Boat Show. And again, a big shout out to the National Marine Manufacturers Association. Loved working with Lauren, Laura, and Monica. You guys were absolutely awesome. You made this show great. It was great seeing Chris Squeary over there. So from Atlantic Haven Yachts in Freeport. So Chris, great seeing you at the show, and we got to do some fishing together. We had Chris from Pelagic was across from me for 5 days. Obviously, I'm going to see him at Ward Melville. He's always got a great setup. I usually buy a reel every year from him over there, so I definitely go there and spend some money. It's going to be exciting to be there giving out stuff this year, though. So stop by booth 35, and we'll be giving away stuff for Bait Rats and Buoys. And like I said, scan that QR code. We're going to have some fun stuff going on at our booth for sure. Anyway, guys, I'm going to put up a video tomorrow and share it with all the Facebook groups. So today's video, I'm going to keep it kind of short and not make this a giant podcast. It's really just a video that's going out talking about the Ward Melville High School Fishing Show. It's coming up March 1st. Want to give you guys a heads up. You want the details to that, there'll be a link here to click to head on over to their Facebook page, to the website, wherever you got to go. The details are there. Doors open at 8:30 a.m. on March 1st at the Ward Melville High School. And super excited to be attending it and being an exhibitor there and having a booth. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, February is the time of the year that I usually jump into the river over at Connecticut and I do a little fly fishing. I haven't done it yet. All right, we're getting some snow now. The snow's starting to fall. And usually when I'm there, the snow is on the banks. And I get a day that's 45 degrees. And I'm in a sweatshirt just like I am now with my fly vest over this. And I'm going to wait for a nice day. And I am definitely going to make a trip or two over there with Corey, my first mate. If you want to come join us, it'd be a great time to book a couple of things and say, hey, guys, let's get 4 or 5 guys and head on over to the river and have some fun fly fishing. I'm down to meet new people. I love going there because we meet great guys there all the time. I like to tell people it's a world-class fly fishing spot here on Long Island. Even though it's stocked, it's still a great place to go and enjoy 4 hours of fly fishing, whether you do the morning session or the afternoon session. So I'm excited to get out there for my first time. I heard we had some ice fishing here on Long Island. The ponds did freeze over. I know the kids were out there skating. I'm at the ice rinks every week, guys, skating with the kids. So that's what the wintertime brings. We got boat shows, fishing shows, and we have some winter activities. You know, guys are out skiing and snowboarding now. But again, we're all foaming at the mouth, and we can't wait until April to get back on the water. Last week of March, I unwrapped the boat. Keith at Yamaha, he's got some stuff to do for me this year. Hopefully, we're going to make some really great upgrades to the boat. Super excited about that. And really looking forward to this year's charter season. I'm glad they didn't change any of the regulations. However, when I spoke to Christopher at the DEC at the New York Boat Show, he did say that the only change in size or any of the regulations, everything remained the same from 24 into 25. And I think the only difference, if I remember correctly, and you can go check the website on this, was cobia and what was it? Cod. So cobia and cod, I think there's going to be a size change to either one or both. This way you don't quote me on that. You just go check the DEC website. But if I remember correctly, it was cobia, cod, and it was going to be a size. There's a change in size for the 2025 season. So I'm super excited that it's staying the same from 24 into 25. Striped bass is the same. And, you know, another question I asked him, because you hear it all the time in the Facebook groups when it was 28 to 35 that you had to release a fish that was 35 inches. And there were a lot of speculation. Everybody in the Facebook groups, everybody's a know-it-all and telling you, no, it's this, it's that, it's the other thing. So I said to the DEC at the show, the regulations are 28 to 31. Can you keep a 31-inch fish? And the answer is yes. You can keep a 31-inch fish. Anything over 31 has to go back. So from 28 to 31, that's your keeper bass this year. I'll be tagging a whole lot of them on my charter boats. Still haven't gotten any of those tags back, which is kind of cool. I'm pretty happy about that. Let these fish go, let them grow, and when I finally get some information back, maybe even on some of the schoolies that we tagged, they're already going to be 28, 29-inch fish because people are going to keep them. The tag's going to be in it. You're allowed to keep it. You call the number on the tag and report the information on the fish, and that's how we try to keep this thing going. And that's why I get involved in all of the tagging programs with the Littoral Society, Gray's Tags, and I think I'm even going to jump back in this year to the Striped Bass Cooperative Anglers Group through the DEC, which my buddy Zach used to run. He moved up in the ranks there, so somebody else runs that now. But I'm definitely going to get involved in that this year and try to do my part. Me and Corey are letting you guys know now we're running and gunning in all the tournaments. So if there is a tournament you guys have and you're looking for people to sign up and get involved, hit me up because we are definitely coming, whether it's on the South Shore or North Shore. We don't care. We're entering, we're in, and we're coming for you. We're going for first place. We don't want to be second place. We don't want to be the second place to first place loser. We want to win. And that's a statement I'm making right now, February 2025. Corey, we let them know we're coming for them, buddy. We're going. So that's the exciting news, guys. A lot of great things. Bay Rats and Buoys. Tune in. Head on over to sandcitycharter.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. That thing is blowing up. I'll have over 3,000 by March. By the time I get to the Ward Melville show, that channel will have almost tripled since we really started doing the podcast, which is great. We're doing it all organically. I'm not going to pay for 100,000 followers. I want real fishing guys. That's why I want guys that are into boating and into fishing to tune in and listen. And again, special shout out and thank you to Nick Volpe over at Volpe Marine. And can't thank you enough for lending us the buoys for the shows. You're awesome. And if you need any buoys or dock service in the Northport or Huntington area, whether you're in Northport Bay, Northport Harbor, Huntington Bay, or Huntington Harbor, reach out to Nick and head on over to VolpeMarine.com. I'll leave a link in the video in the description on YouTube, so check him out. And again, Captain Gage signing off. Can't wait to see you guys at the Ward Melville High School Fishing Show. Until then, wishing everybody bent rods, tight lines, and I'll see you out on the water. Thanks for tuning in.